Italy, 2011. First semester of junior year, I lived in an apartment with three Alpha Phi sisters in Florence, Italy. We lived above the Disney store, down the street from the legendary Duomo. I had taken Italian since freshman year, mostly for Dad. He always wanted to visit the land his mother had immigrated from, and I like to think I could do it for him. Ironically, most Italians wanted to practice their English with us, so my Italian somehow got worse over my semester there and not better. I imagined falling in love with an Italian man, drinking cappuccinos in the piazza, and never coming home. But because my friends and I were now legal drinking age in Europe, it ended up being even more drunk nights than at USD. I gained about 10 pounds in bread and pasta and became inseparable from my bunkmate Kelly. She was the type of girl who listened to the same song repeatedly for weeks, only drank vodka, and loved having a good time. We traveled all over Europe together that semester: Paris, Ireland, Spain, and met up with all the other kids from our school who were studying in different countries for Oktoberfest in Germany. It made for captivating content on this new app called Instagram. Halfway through the semester, it happened. I sat at a park in Florence staring at an old merry-go-round. I'd never been a huge fan of walking for no reason, but I found myself walking the cobblestone streets of Italy and loved getting lost. This was before GPS was on phones, and every alley in Italy looked the same. Sometimes it took me hours to find my way back, but those walks were the closest I'd had to peace in years. I sat at the park I frequented that none of my roommates knew about and stared at my letter from USC that Mom had forwarded to me. I tore at the envelope, my heart buzzing. I read the words I had waited 3 years to hear. On behalf of the University of Southern California, it is my pleasure to inform you that you have been admitted. I yelled in celebration, I got into USC! Italians looked at me like I was just another crazy American, but I didn't care. I hugged the letter to my chest, never wanting to forget this moment, my first win in years. I looked up at the sky and whispered, "We did it, Dad." A little white bird flew over me at that exact moment. My eyes filled with tears. "I promise I'll make you proud." I withdrew from USD the next day via email. Finally, my life was back on track. My college friends tried to guilt trip me to stay, but for once, I was making a choice just for me. I started a blog in my final weeks in Italy about my adventures between binges. My creativity was coming back online, and I could breathe again, knowing I wouldn't be returning to the shell of myself that I was in San Diego. On my walks, I started noticing things I usually wouldn't, and I enjoyed being alone more and more, which I used to loathe. I could taste the brink of freedom, the brink of a new life. My time in Italy was coming to a close, only a week away from heading back home to the States when Allie called. "Hey, Spency." "Hey, Al, did you get the apartment I sent you in West Hollywood? It's got a great—" "I need to talk to you about something," Allie interrupted. "Okay." Nerves activated. "I've thought about it a lot, and I can't go with you to LA, Allie said. "What do you mean? This couldn't be real." "I'm just not ready to leave my family yet," Allie said. "That's the whole point, Allie. You said you wanted to get away from your family and grow up." My voice got louder. "I know, and I will eventually. I just can't yet. It's all happening too fast." Allie fumbled with her words. "Too fast? Allie, I withdrew from college. You can't just change your mind on me like this," I yelled. "This is my fucking life." Allie's voice shook. I'm sorry. I really am." She hung up without another word. I stood, frozen, holding the receiver to my ear. What the fuck? She changed her mind like it was canceling weekend plans. No, this couldn't be happening. There had to be another way. Could I go to LA alone? Logically, yes. But damn it, I was already so homesick after living in a foreign country for 6 months. Another brand new city? But this time alone? Fuck! I was too scared. I couldn't do it. I slid down the wall, curling into a ball. My dreams slipped through my fingers like sand. Again. I was forced to write a letter to the dean begging for the reinstatement of both my spot at USD and my presidential scholarship. I pulled the dead dad card and they agreed. Everyone already had their housing for spring semester set up, so I was forced to get a place alone on the bay. I was destined to be alone any way you sliced it. I would never escape San Diego. I would never escape what I had become. I was back at square one.